My Thai girlfriend just stole 300,000 baht from me and I'm kind of in shock. I don't know what to do or where to go for help. This is the story of how my Thai girlfriend stole 300,000 baht from me. It all started when we were looking for a place to live together. My girlfriend and I had been dating for about a year and everything was going well until we decided to take the next step in our relationship and move in together. We found an apartment that we liked and we decided to rent it. The apartment was beautiful and had everything we needed. It was modern, fully furnished, and in a great location. I was so excited to move in with my girlfriend and start this new chapter in our relationship. However, there was one problem. My girlfriend did have a steady income and she could afford to pay her half of the rent. She said that she was looking for a job, but in the meantime, could I cover both of our shares of the rent until she got a job? Of course, I wanted her to move in with me and I didn't want to stand in her way, so I agreed to pay for both of our shares of the rent until she got a job. I thought that this was a temporary solution and that she would get a job soon and then I wouldn't have to pay for both of us anymore. But as time went on, it became clear that she wasn't making much effort to find a job and she still hadn't paid me back for the rent. I had paid for her. I was starting to get frustrated and I felt like I was taking advantage of her, but I still loved my girlfriend and I didn't want to ruin our relationship over money, so I decided to give her another chance. I told her that if she didn't get a job soon, I would have to ask her to move out. She promised that she would try harder and that she would get a job as soon as possible. I believed her and I gave her more time. However, this turned out to be a big mistake because she never got a job and she continued to live with me rent-free for several months. During this time, I paid for everything, including rent, utilities, groceries, and entertainment. I was getting more and more upset, but I didn't want to confront her and cause a fight. I thought that she was going through a tough time and that I should be patient and supportive. But as the weeks went by, I started to feel like I was being taken for granted and I knew that something had to change. One day I had enough. I sat down with my girlfriend and I told her that she had to get a job or move out. I was fed up with paying for everything and I didn't want to continue living like that. She got very upset and she started to cry. She begged me to give her more time and promised that she would get a job soon. But I was firm on my decision and I told her that she had to find a job within 2 weeks or she would have to move out. 2 weeks went by and my girlfriend still didn't have a job. I felt bad for her, but I had made my decision and I stuck to it. I told her that she had to move out and I helped her find a cheap room to rent nearby. She moved out and I was relieved to finally have some space to myself again. After a few months of living alone, I started to feel lonely and I missed having someone to share my life with. I reached out to my ex-girlfriend to see how she was doing and we started talking again. She told me that she had been trying to find a job but it was difficult and she was still struggling financially. I felt sorry for her and I started to miss her, so I invited her to move back in with me. I knew that this might be a mistake, but at the time I was feeling generous and I wanted to give her another chance. When she moved back in, I set some ground rules. I told her that she had to pay her share of the rent or find a new place to live. She agreed to these terms and I was hopeful that things would work out differently this time. But I had no idea that she had something else planned. A few weeks after she moved back in, I noticed that my wallet was a little lighter. I didn't think much of it at first, but it happened again and again. I started to become suspicious and I decided to investigate. I started by asking my girlfriend if she had taken my money. She denied it and said that she didn't know anything about it. I didn't have any proof that she was taking my money, so I couldn't accuse her directly. I was torn because I didn't want to believe that she was stealing from me, but I also didn't want to be taken advantage of. I decided to keep an eye on my money and see if it happened again. A few days later I came home from work and I found my wallet. It was empty. I confronted my girlfriend again and she started to cry and begged me to believe her. She claimed that she didn't know who could have taken my money and that she was sorry, but I wasn't buying it. I knew that she was taking my money and I was determined to catch her red-handed, so I came up with a plan. I called my bank and I asked them to put a tracker on my wallet. I also installed a hidden camera in my apartment to see if I could catch my girlfriend in the act. A few days later I saw my girlfriend taking money from my wallet. I confronted her and she finally confessed. She admitted that she had been taking my money and she apologized. I was devastated. I couldn't believe that someone I loved and trusted could betray me like that. I ended things with her right away and I changed my locks, but now I'm left with no money and I don't know what to do. I'm not sure if I should report her to the police or not. I mean, she stole a lot of money. 300,000 baht. That's a lot of money. But then again, I don't want to make things worse. What do you guys think? Should I report her to the police? Let me know in the comments below. If you're wondering why I kept calling my girlfriend even though I knew she was stealing from me, it's because I was in love with her. I couldn't bring myself to break up with her, even though she was taking my money. I guess I was hoping that she would stop stealing from me eventually, but I was wrong. I hope sharing my story can help other people avoid the same mistake I made. Don't trust someone just because you're in love. If someone is stealing from you, no matter how much you love them, you need to end the relationship. Otherwise, they will continue to take advantage of you. As for my girlfriend, I don't know what happened to her. After she stole from me, she disappeared. I haven't seen or heard from her since. I hope that karma catches up with her and that she faces the consequences of her actions. Now, you might be wondering what I did after my girlfriend stole from me. I was devastated and didn't know what to do. I considered reporting her to the police, but I wasn't sure if I had enough evidence to press charges. In the end, I decided not to report her and just move on. I know it might seem like I'm letting her get away with what she did, but I was in a difficult situation and I felt like it was the best option for me at the time. It's been a few months since my girlfriend stole from me and I'm still struggling to recover financially. I had to take out a loan to replace the stolen money and I'm still paying it back. It's been a tough experience, but it's taught me an important lesson about trust and relationships. Looking back, I wish I had ended the relationship with my girlfriend long before she stole from me. I was starting to feel like she was untreating me well and I should have listened to my gut instincts. I know it's easy to be blinded by love, but it's important to remember that you should never tolerate being taken advantage of. If you're in a similar situation to the one I was in, I urge you to reach out for help. Talk to a trusted friend or family member and consider seeking professional help to navigate the situation. You deserve to be in a relationship where you are valued and respected. Don't settle for anything less. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it can serve as a reminder to all of you to be cautious and protect yourself against those who would take advantage of your kindness and generosity. Remember, you are not alone and there is help available if you ever find yourself in a difficult situation. Stay safe and take care.